Um, I am doing Saint Chapelle, one of two installments of Saint Chapelle. I made the Louvre and Saint Chapelle two different prompts because they're just beautiful and they can take 2 pages or two spreads. So I'm trying to. I tore these stained glass windows out of an old art book, but I want to use them as tags. And that washi tape is super wide washi tape, but it's stained glass windows. I forgot I had it. I think it was labeled Tiffany windows or something like that. So I'm going to use that to tape my piece of deli paper here closed for the pocket I want to use for the tags. And I know I want to cover up that watercolor, which is just scraps from one of my lessons to myself, but it's not good. And I'm okay with covering it up. And so the big piece out of the magazine or out of the book, I'm going to put here. Now, these windows, granted, are not from Saint Chapelle, but they are stained glass windows and they're close up. And I was going through my church envelope here. I don't have an actual picture of Saint Chapelle, but I will. Um, and I will put that on here too. I just haven't. We had issues with Bella this morning. Bless her heart, she had to go home. She is a slow reader, and she did really well right before Christmas. I know I ripped off the bottom, but I'm going to use the bottom as a tag, and I'm going to my newspaper from France. Thank you, Curti, and use that on my pocket here as ephemera and fodder, and make it Frenchy. But Bella is a slow reader. Her mother is a very slow reader and has some learning challenges, and we are very cognizant of her inheriting some of that. So far, she is not bad. She is a slow reader, and she's had difficulty with reading, but she's done really, really well. And she's in the second grade, but she's done very much better. And her grandmother can't speak. She has done much better than she did last year and made strides. I think that's all in how she reacts to teachers. Multiple fonts for the title, Saint Chapelle, except I don't have enough of some of the letters, and I'm just pilfering through things. And yes, I could have stamped something and done Amy Tangerine. Amy Tangerine has watercolors, except that it's a basic palette, and I already have a ton of those kind of things. And other than buying it for the fact that Amy has it, so I have to have it, I don't need another watercolor palette. But anyhow, so I her teacher sent Tom a note yesterday, and her mom just found it about her daydreaming and not paying attention in class this whole past week since they've been back. And it's hard to get back in the groove of things after Christmas. And here, we make her read in the morning and in the evening, and otherwise, she pretty much runs this house. And her mother made her come home, so my husband has taken her home. And she was crying, and I would have been a terrible parent because as soon as a child starts crying, I cry too. And I hugged her and hugged her, and I told her she's not in trouble, but we do want her to do her best. She does not have to be perfect. We just want her to do her best. And, da 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 da. So, anyhow, in the middle of all my stained glass windows, that happened, which I think is what's happening right now. So, I'm going to cut it off. Edit, edit. All right, I'm back. So, there's a lot of stained glass windows, not from Saint Chapelle, but from other churches, medieval type windows. And I'm going to write some facts on the back of these tags, such as the church was the resident of the King of France until the 14th century. It was built in 1242. The groundbreaking completed in 1248. Actually, one time says here 1238. Anyhow, it's old. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous church. And Ken and I, when we were there in 2006, it was not far from our hotel. We actually walked past it 3 or 4 different times because it had construction restoring it. And it had a lot of, what do you call that, scaffolding on the outside. We didn't really pay any attention to it. And we were on our way back from somewhere. Paint chips. He just went to the hardware store and brought me home paint chips. What a husband that is. And the title of this paint chip is called Shh. And that's what you have to do in a church, right? Shh. So I thought that had to be. Um, but we went in. I said, Ken, let's run in this church right here. I said, the doors are open. We went in, and I'm like, oh my Lord, look at the windows. The light was hitting them, and it's like a kaleidoscope inside that building with the windows. It is absolutely stunning, reverent, majestic, amazing, all of those adjectives that you can come up with. It is absolutely beautiful. Oh, this actually turns out pretty cool, in my opinion. That is Tomoa River paper on the back of that one tag. And it's dry, it's old paint, just blue. So I went in with purple and pink, a bright magenta pink, and with a wet brush and trying to make puddles and have it puddle and do its thing. And then I went in with black, like the edging, the what do you call the edging of stained glass? Oh man, the lead. Anyhow, just to enhance the tags a little bit more, just playing, basically playing. Oh, as much as I can play with a broken wing. Really upsetting. But anyhow, I tried to take it off a little bit last night and this morning. It's still swollen. My thumb is still swollen. I think basically I don't know what I have. I have art thumb. Anyhow, so this has been a fun one. I'm not so happy with the results of the letter, the title. I reserve the right to go back and change a few things. That's another thing I love about doodling. Not doodling, but here's where I go in with the black Stabilo woody pencil and try to make like my own stained glass. Uh, what am I trying to say? Anyhow, Bella's gone home. She had to tell the little girl next door that she had to go home, and it was so sad because that little girl is smart. Both of her parents are doctors, so there's tons of learning going on. She's homeschooled. I really think Bella wants to be homeschooled, but there's no chance of her being homeschooled. And it's like, that's not the situation for everybody. Um, anyhow. So, me making stained glass windows. Tiffany, I am not, but whatever. It wasn't supposed to be perfect, thank goodness. Abstract. And as much as I can paint with a stupid little thumb guard, and having a lot of fun, which is what I'm supposed to be doing, and relaxing and art therapy and all the other stuff. And Kurti, I'm thoroughly enjoying looking at yours and your Hobonichi. I'm loving my Hobonichi. I haven't done as much watercolor in it as you're supposed to, but there's no rules in my world. And I did do some this morning, and I might do a flip through Monday, tomorrow, for Monday's video of what I've done so far. But I'm really liking it. Really liking it. Love it. I didn't think I could fill up a whole page, but I'm getting used to writing bigger and getting used to elaborating on what I did last year in my Fobonichi, my Componichi. So it's working out. Working out. Um, I was trying right here to write like majestic, reverent, da 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 da, but use the word color also. I don't like what I wrote. Thank goodness it was on deli paper, and you can always put something over it. So I did, and I came up with majestic color or something like that. So you will be able to see my pictures in a little bit better detail, my up close of the pages, on my Instagram, which is at 4x8 paper stuff. And I think you already know that, Curtis, since you leave me a comment almost every time. Thank goodness for you. Um, and yeah, poor little Bella broke my heart. I would have been a terrible parent. I was crying. She was crying. She was very upset, mainly because I think she got fussed at in front of Olivia, which that happens sometimes. And my husband, trust me, is as soft as I am, and he never fussed, but he did say she had to go home. Tell Olivia you have to go home. And, you know, that's hard for anybody at 8 years old or almost 58. Oh, good grief. I will be 58. That just makes me want to puke. And I hate that word. Sorry, that's a gross word. Okay. Making the corners and the holes in my tags. I don't have any string in them or ribbon yet, but I will. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Kurti, thank you, thank you, thank you, as always. And where do we go? I don't know what we have for the prompt for tomorrow. I forgot to look. Anyhow, I'm just babbling, 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 babbling. I'll probably go faster during the week since we all have less time to look at all these videos every day. You know, a lot of people say they won't make videos every day because nobody has time to look at them every day. And I get it. I really do. Um, I love making them. So I'm just going to keep doing it. Maybe longer ones on the weekends. Bonjour. Have a great day. Bye. See you tomorrow.